Good afternoon. I figured it's time for another hike. It's a beautiful afternoon today, just at the block. Got the irrigation running. It's boiling hot today, 35 degrees. So I wanted to bring you guys to a beautiful waterfall, which is literally just a 5-minute drive from the block right here. And I figured to make it a bit more interesting, I'm gonna hike all the way there. It's about 4 kilometers to the waterfall. Well, no, to the trail. To the waterfall is a bit over a kilometer, so it's overall 5 kilometers there, 5 kilometers back, so a 10-kilometer return loop. And yeah, it is boiling hot today, so I am 100% swimming in that waterfall. There's an extreme fire hazard in this region at the moment. Very hot, very dry, and on top of that there's some very strong winds. This area is on high alert. Last night in the town there was a meeting announced at the Rural Fire Brigade because they're actually looking for volunteers. They basically said that they need more volunteers or else they might have to close down, which going into summer, bushfire season, is quite concerning. I ended up going to that meeting last night and getting a volunteer pamphlet, so I'm going to be signing up as a volunteer in the fire brigade, which will be very interesting. I'll keep you posted on that. On the plus side, the flies don't seem to be quite as bad today, so I don't need my net on. I'm going to be walking along this major road here, which 5 kilometers this way crosses the New South Wales border. But we're not going to go all the way there. The next turn off, they're going to turn left and go through a mountain pass. I'm not going to be climbing up the mountain today, just get to the foothills. I'm going to go along Spring Creek, which passes behind our property, and going to see a beautiful hidden waterfall paradise. It's not something that you would expect to see around here, but alas, it really is there. In 11 days time, on Remembrance Day, I'm going to be participating in the Dakota Legacy event. I'm doing the 30-kilometer hike, and leading up to that there's going to be a bit of fundraising, and I'm also going to have to get some quick training in, because it's been quite a while since I've done a long extended hike. I've done some here and there, but that's going to be a 30-kilometer hike, which I'm feeling pretty confident for. I still have a reasonable level of fitness, and yeah, I'm confident in being able to walk that. But yeah, I do want to get some training in the meantime, hence why I'm carrying this big backpack here. It weighs probably 10 to 15 kilos. I'm going to take it on the trek there. I made it heavier than I want to make it on the walk, so we'll see how I hold up with this heat and with carrying this weight. Look how windy it is today. While this certainly does increase the bushfire hazard, it really does feel nice. I've driven along this road many times, but never walked it. And you certainly do pick up on a lot more details and are able to really take in the scenery at a walking pace. That's another reason why I chose to do this. But I will say, I really could have picked a better day weather-wise. It's always blue skies, sunny at the moment, but yeah, today is the one day of the week that's meant to be really boiling hot, 35, whereas the whole rest of the week is meant to be between 23 and 25, so like 10 degrees cooler. I should have done this tomorrow or even yesterday or a few days ago, where it was much cooler. But alas, this is going to be much more similar to the event when I go to it in a few weeks. I've had to break the net out. Flies weren't too bad at the beginning, but as soon as I started sweating, they have really picked up the pace and trying to get me. So man, this net, I always have it with me, always. Here we have some freshly rolled hay bales. And just behind here we have a water treatment plant. All of this water here is collected from Spring Creek, which runs just along this bottom tree line here, then turns right and goes behind our block. And of course it goes up, it comes from up here in the mountains, and it's spring fed, so it's beautiful pure spring water. Some of it's collected here, and that's where the town gets all of its water from. 300 meters to go, almost there. Look at this beautiful view. Spectacular. It's so peaceful as well. There's hardly any traffic on this road. The road that links to the water treatment plant, you can drive through. At the end of the road here, there's actually an old weir, which is a beautiful spot for swimming, which I won't be able to show today, but another day perhaps. We have made it. Browns Falls Park. I was half expecting this park to be quite packed today, given how hot it is, and people wanting to go to the waterfall, swim, have a cool down, but it's not really surprising given that it is midweek. Coming back on the weekend, it will probably be a lot busier. So I have this whole park, and it seems I'll probably have the whole trail to myself. Got some picnic benches, toilets, small playground. It's a pretty nice place, just tucked right here at the foothills of the Great Dividing Range. Whew, lucky I don't have to go along the road any further because it goes up, 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 up for a very long time. Alright, I'm gonna have a quick drink break and then we'll head on in. This has been much easier than I thought. Yeah, it's not that enjoyable in this heat. Yes, this backpack is pretty heavy, but honestly I've done pretty well. I'm feeling confident about getting to the waterfall and getting back, and all at a very comfortable pace. If I really wanted to, I could push myself a bit harder. But alas, it's not my goal today. My goal today is to have fun. So I haven't brought any food because I had lunch just before. But I am thirsty. Lucky I bought 2 bottles. All right, let's do it. Browns Falls Walk. Here's a little sneak peek. Oh, that's right. So we're right here, still in southeast Queensland. And yeah, this shaded area here is the Murray-Darling Basin, which is the heartland of Australian agriculture. So you can see we're just along the edge of the Murray-Darling Basin here, and yeah, this creek here, the source of it is a spring up in the mountains here, and this creek here actually will feed further downstream into the Condamine River. And the Condamine River is the start of the Murray-Darling river system. So this is the start of Australia's longest river system right here, and I like that they actually have this map here. So this shows this is the heartland of Australian agriculture, just along the edge here. So this is the source of the of Spring Creek feeding into the Condamine, and the source of the Condamine is also up here. So yeah, that's very interesting. And then yeah, it'll feed into the Murray-Darling Basin, which yeah, that goes all the way down through a lot of New South Wales, Victoria, even to parts of South Australia there. Very, very interesting. Okay, I've swapped into some Crocs, which you'll see why in a minute, and we are now heading into the rainforest underneath the road. Let's go! Let's enter the rainforest. Here we go. Ooh, and I can already feel it starting to cool down. Here under the rainforest canopy, it's much cooler, especially along the creek where it forms a nice little microclimate. So on hot days like this, it's really beautiful to come down here. There's a nice breeze, and yeah, I can already feel the temperature starting to cool as I'm walking in here. So just going to be going along the creek here to the waterfall, and they're going to have to cross back and forth a few times, hence why I'm wearing these shoes. Oh, that feels nice. Oh, cool down. This is spectacular, and I have this entire trail to myself. So I guess my message from this video is every once in a while, take the time, get out into nature, go exploring, and just let it recenter you. I'm getting close to the waterfall now. Up here we have a massive tree that collapsed some time ago. Crosses over the entire creek here. Look at the size of this thing. And you can see, look at the size of my foot in comparison to this whole massive tree. Just fell down right across here. I will say this backpack is not as bad as I thought. I did feel heavy at the beginning, but when I took it off earlier at the park, I felt suddenly so light. So I've gotten used to it pretty quickly. Browns Falls! We have made it! Yes! Woo. Wow. I will say, the last time I came here, the waterfall was a lot bigger, but we have hardly had any rain in the past few months, so it's only a trickle of what it was, but irrespective of that, still very impressive. First thing I'm going to do is jump straight in there. I am boiling hot, although it's nice and cool in here. Whoa. Man, lucky for me. Ooh. Be careful on these rocks, man. It's time for you know what. Ooh, this is nice and cold. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Ooh. Ooh, that is nice and cool. Woo. Ooh. Oh, that is nice and cool, man. Woo! Yeah! Whoa! Oh. Man, I hope the camera's holding up all right. This is freezing, man! One more time! Yeah! Oh. Oh. There's some deep parts and some very shallow parts. That's about it for this one. Now I'm gonna have to trek all the way back. But this was well worth it. I'm feeling nice and refreshed now, so I'll be able to head on home. Shouldn't be as bad. It should be cooling down a bit. It's gonna get into the evening, but this is just spectacular. So worth it. Unfortunately, some assholes have left some rubbish here, so I'm gonna take that home and dispose of it. But apart from that, yeah, just trekking back. I'll let you know if I see anything interesting, and if I don't, then I'll have to see you guys in the next video. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, give the video a like, hit the bell button to stay notified, and I shall see you all in the next one. I'm just getting home and it is starting to rain, and it looks like heavy rain. These clouds have been coming in over the past 20 minutes and it is starting to rain. That was not planned. The irrigation's been going, but anything extra we can get, that is always welcome. Wow. Look at this, we are getting rain, finally. Man, this is incredible. Let's hope it lasts, but wow, it is getting heavier. I am getting home once again, just in time. It always seems to be that whenever I go hiking, the rain arrives just as I get home. Oh, it's pouring. Whoa. Here we go. Oh, lucky I didn't touch the gate.